The 2025 NFL Draft is just around the corner. There's a lot of exciting prospects to talk about, from explosive playmakers to lockdown corners to franchise key pieces. Today, we're breaking down who this next generation of NFL stars remind me of. What's up, NFL fans? Welcome to Catching a Vibe. This is part 2 of doing a player comps of the 2025 NFL rookies. Highly recommend checking part 1 out after you watch this video. Anyways, let's get into it. My first player is Tedro McMillan. Possession receiver with size and ball skills to create big wins deep. He's a linear route runner who wears press coverage early. He has a feel for uncovering underneath and can play over top of cornerbacks for easy jump ball wins. With that size he has, he can out-jump every corner pretty much. McMillan has a great feel for adjusting his routes, coming back to the quarterbacks when they're scrambling, extending plays. He's great at coming back to the ball. He makes the quarterback's job easier. His elite ball skills set him apart though, providing a higher floor as a Z option with mismatch value in the slot. I like him more as outside the Z position than a slot, but he can create some mismatches in the slot with his size. He's been very productive the last 2 years. My comp is Drake London, taller outside receivers that have great jump ball ability. I think Tedro will be a top 15 pick in this draft. My next guy is Omarion Hampton. Hampton is a linear runner. He lacks creativity and wiggle, but once the gas is engaged and he gets going, he is hard to stop at full speed, and DBs hate tackling him. He was such a dynamic player for North Carolina. His combine numbers match up with my comp, Jonathan Taylor. Very similar measurements, big backs that can fly and make big plays and can catch passes outside the backfield and turn it into a big play. Both ran 4.4 40s, 1.54 10-yard split, and a 38 vert, and bench 18 times. Omarion Hampton, I think he will be a second round to mid second round pick. My next guy is a quarterback, Jackson Dart. Jackson gets across full field of progression when he needs to. Pretty good situational decision maker on third downs, and throws with great accuracy and drive and velocity between the hashes. Recognizes potential trouble and gets away from it. Beats man coverage when he's making predetermined throws. He's very good with back shoulder fades. My comp is Gardner Minshew. If Jackson goes to the right team, I like him to be like a solid starter in this league for years. So I think Jackson will be maybe a first round to end of the first round pick. A team that sees him sliding, they're going to trade up and get him in the first round. My next guy is Travion Henderson. Highly rated recruit coming out of Ohio State, and I was excited to watch him. It took all 4 years to become a total back, but earlier in his career, he relied more on the explosive plays. He was a boomer bust back. He couldn't get the hard 3-yard runs when there's not a gap for him to run through. But when they had the blocking set up, he would make the defense pay. But his senior year, he showed me he is a total back now. He's matured. He makes the plays. He runs downfield in a hurry. He can catch and block. My comp is Aaron Jones, but a little faster. But they had the same 10-yard split, same vert and broad jump, and they're about the same height and weight. So I love the Aaron Jones comp for Travion Henderson. I think Travion is going to make the team very happy and make a lot of plays for that team. My next guy is Jahdae Barron, a great nickel corner. Plays the slot very well, a little shorter, but he competes, man. Has great awareness around him, which gets him to the ball a lot. physical and will come up and make a tackle. He's always under control and good balance. My player comp is Trent McDuffie, the Chiefs' #1 corner, but I see Baron more as a nickel corner than a #1 corner that follows the #1 receiver all game. I think he's going to be a solid starter for whoever drafts him. My next guy is Matthew Golden. He had a really good year with Texas. My comp is Chris Olave. Both ran at 4.3 in the 40, same size hands, 10-yard split. And Golden, he showed up in the big moments for this Texas team and made some big plays. I think he could be a late first round to early second round pick with how stacked this receiver class is. I'm really high on Golden coming out of the draft. I think he'll be a really good receiver if he goes to a team with a good quarterback. So I see a lot of potential in Golden. My next guy is Caleb Johnson. Man, this class of running backs are loaded. A lot of good ones. And I think Caleb is a top 5 running back prospect for this class. Caleb reminds me a lot of Dalvin Cook. Both ran at 4.5 40, and their 10-yard split was really close, about the same number. But both when a small lane opens up, they can hit it and take it all the way. He's a downhill runner, and he has great balance through contact. If someone tries to shoulder him, he's going to bounce off that, keep going. If someone tries to take his feet out, he's going to keep going. He's just a great, tough, physical runner. I think he's going to be a really good running back in the NFL. My next guy is Ohio State legend Jack Sawyer. Jack became a Ohio State legend with how he played in the playoffs and the strip sack touchdown that took Ohio State to the Natty. But Jack sets a strong edge, and strength is the run game. He's more of a run stopper than rushing the passer, trying to get sacks. He's got great talent for finding the tackle when he's in trouble, when he missteps. He can bat passes down. You saw in that playoff run, he was batting, I want to say, like 6 passes in those 4 games. So he was affecting the offenses greatly. My comp is another Buckeye. It's Sam Hubbard. Here's 2 born and raised Ohio kids. Both have high motors, good technique, and good hands. I like this comp a lot. I think Jack Sawyer is going to be a solid player for many years. Mason Graham is my next guy, the defensive tackle for Michigan. Plays with a non-stop motor and easy movement. Gets into blockers before they can get into their action. He has great power and instant punch. I mean, he will knock you off your shoes with his first punch. And he has the ability to extend to the point, lateral quickness to penetrate the gaps. He was a wrestler, and you can tell by how vicious he is with his moves. He's got range and hustle. He's relentless. My comp is Christian Wilkins, both 6'3", same size, arm length, and the way they rush the passer is very similar. I think Mason Graham's going to be a stud. My last guy is Colston Loveland, capable of running the entire route tree all over the 3 levels. Wins quickly versus press and redirects in space to keep his routes on time. Good feel for leveraging defenders. He jumps over pretty much every defensive back on jump balls. He's got great speed and athleticism. He's a mismatch for linebackers and safeties in coverage. My comp is Jimmy Graham, the Saints legend. They're both very athletic for their size and can run pretty much every route for a tight end. I think Colston Loveland's going to be a great tight end in this league. You know, his production dipped last year because Michigan, they didn't have great production from their quarterback, so his production dipped this year, but talent, he's got it, man. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you haven't watched part 1 of it, Go check it out. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you're new here or you haven't subscribed already, please do so, guys. I'd really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Peace.